Hello, and welcome back to our Let's Play Planescape Torment. Oh, alright. So, what did I get? Mempa's Biting Ring? +2 to armor class, that's great. When a mage obsessed with the possibility of having their magic items lost or burglared while she was asleep or otherwise incapacitated, while the vast majority of her carried possessions were inseparable from her corpse, and thus buried with her, some some of her weaker items, early experiments perhaps, were left behind and remain in the world of the living. Mempa's Biting Ring, whose powerful aura protects the bearer from bodily harm, is one such item. However, once placed upon the finger, the ring bites down and holds on tenaciously that it is nigh impossible to remove it from the bitten digit. Fantastic. I don't know if that should have gone to Mort, but he is already at 2 AC. Yeah. Well, still, we got
I'm gone.
We got an item. Oh, hello. Is that where Feyrod is? Like I said, I thought they were talking over here about platforms, but that was most certainly a portal that I'm going to check out soon. I mean, I don't know soon, but I'm definitely going to check it out more. Where are... See, I thought it was back here. Could I not get down there? To the trash warrens? To the trash-filled archway. Oh! The archway leads only inches into a small building before becoming blocked by a solid wall of refuse. The rubbish is packed so tightly it may as well be stones and mortar. As you come closer, however, the archway's outline begins to shimmer. You notice the handful of junk you'd been carrying begins to shimmer as well. Oh! No, let's step back. Oh! I thought this was junk that we were gonna sell. Oh my god. That's a surprise. That's really cool. I like that. God, this game is so well written. They just... This sounds like a cliche, but they just don't make them like they used to. Nowadays, when you look at games like Thief 2014, I know that was 10 years ago as of the recording of this video, but bear with me. Thief 2014 is a prime example. Borderlands 3 is a prime example of garbage writing from garbage writing teams on the development team. Just lack of fundamentals. They're like, oh, it's my style. No, you're just bad at what you did. You bullied your way through college, and you don't know how to write. You don't know how to, like, you're terrible.
Done.
You tell us who to like and why we should like them, then you proceed to make them the most unlikable character in gaming history. Surprisingly, the next one outdoing the last. But here, man, like, even conversations with normal people, it's so well written, it's very immersive, and even though a lot of it's useless, it still adds to the whole experience of the game. And you just don't get this level of writing in games. Like, you look at... I played Borderlands 2 with a buddy of mine recently, you know, and even in Borderlands 2, it's like, okay, well, here's the quest, and then they literally give you a GPS with the exact location, and if not the exact location, some quests have a general area. It's like, okay, search this area. Like, and here, I had absolutely no clue that this junk would be used for anything. You know, they drop a small clue. It looks like someone felt these pieces might be useful one day, but they seem pretty useless to you. So they drop a hint, but it's junk, so it is useless to you. They point that out, and it kind of misdirects. And while I was holding on to it to find some kind of vendor to sell it to, same thing with this cobblestone. Now this makes me think that this is going to have some use. But yeah, it's why I held on to this stuff to sell it, and then I accidentally found its use. That's fantastic, and no one held my hand. I just stumbled across it. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I'm sorry for that long diatribe, but... Porphyrion? That's another odd name. Every inch of this man's skin is covered in a web of black lines, as if some artist chose to accentuate every crease in his flesh with a quill pen. Accentuate every crease in his flesh with a quill pen. The overall effect is such that even when his face shows no expression, he appears to be frowning. Greetings. This one has a name. This one is called Porphyrion. The man's voice is like a gong. As he speaks, the lines in his face bend and settle into a series of spherical patterns. This one would know. Why do you address this one? I wanted to ask you some questions about the city. This one would have you know. This one cannot answer questions. The lines in his face twist into angles and then split into a mess of scribbles. This one has only recently stepped foot in this place of walls. Alright then. But I have to ask you this. Why do you have those lines upon your face? Why do those lines upon your face move? The lines show anger. Do you take offense? The lines slowly straighten, forming into gentle curves. No offense was meant. You will accept the many apologies of this one? Will you accept the many apologies of this one? No offense taken. Why are you angry? This one tells of event recent. Did you know this one was beset by three? The three damned an item of this one. This one feared an attack. What does this one do? This one surrendered an item. Well, you were right to be afraid. If there were three, then they might have killed you had you not given up the item. This one has been misunderstood. The lines on his face become angled, then smooth into curves again. This one did not fear being killed. This one feared killing the three. Well, if you could have killed them, why did you let them rob you? This one walks the path of a warrior. Many weapons have walked with this one. The first, the blade, the staff, the hatchet, the smiter. These are tools known to this one. That's not much of an explanation. If you're a warrior with that much training, why did you let them rob you? This one is forbidden to attack. The lines ripple across his face as he speaks. If this one has struck at three in anger, the vow of non-violence would be unmade. A vow of non-violence. You're a warrior and a pacifist. This one is unfamiliar with your speech. What is this pacifist? Never mind. Why did you train so much if you're not permitted to attack another? This one is the Order of Eret Age. We await the final days where we will be called to battle. The training and skills of this one, they are to be kept silent until then. In the meantime, you will let yourself be robbed in the street without defending yourself? This one will clarify. If the item is of value, the discipline of the Eret Age is of greater value. Well, since you won't fight, any chance you could talk to these thieves into returning your item? This one addresses the three thieves. What happens? The request of this one is met with scorn. The three will not return the item. I could go see if I could get the item back for you. This one must ask, would you bring violence to the three that have robbed this one? Not if I could help it. This one fears. A message absent of violence will not be understood. The lines in the man's face form into a series of ellipses. This one is not opposed to you trying. Alright then, what is it? What is the item you've lost? The item is this, a rope of black and red prayer beads worn around the neck. The worth of these beads is not measured in copper. The worth of these beads is measured in faith. Alright then, I'll see if I can find this necklace. If you know where these do you know where these three thugs might be? This one knows where the angry words were traded in the item lost, by the bar that burns inside. The three were outside the place, dressed in black and red. So 3 robbers, dressed in red and black, outside that bar that burns inside. Can't be too hard to find. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Okay, it's probably that dust bar or whatever. Halt. This man appears less dour and wary of passerby than people around him. He moves with an upbeat gait, casually scanning the ground to either side of him as he goes. As you approach, he nods in a friendly greeting. Greetings. Hello, Cutter. Say, you seen any debtors about? None nearby, no. I had some questions. Too bad, he shrugs. Had some questions, did he? Ask away then. I'm searching for a journal that I've lost. Huh. No, I haven't run across one. Tell you what though, if I do, I'll haul on to it for you. Thanks. Can you tell me about the collectors? Yeah, we know what they are. We know why they pay for corpses. Do the collectors work together? Hells no. We all dress the same, but there are only so many debtors to go around. We band up usually, and compete in bands, packs, gangs, whatever you like to call them, aren't too friendly with the other one. Are there rival packs of collectors near here? He nods. Sure, Sigel's round. Most collectors in the hive Most collectors in the hive call Kip in Ragpicker Square, a dump north of here, through the large gate. It's mostly run by Cher Graves Lados now, since we fought most of Feyrod's boys off. We know him, we know about Feyrod, we know why they pay. Other questions? Can you tell me about this area? This is the hive, Cutter. What we call hivers like to call the arse end of a sigil. Arse end of sigil. Not that sigil's got an end, being round and all, but you know what I mean. Anyway, north and west of here, through the big gate, Ragpicker Square. Yeah, we know that. Don't know about the rest. Okay. And thank you and goodbye. Alright, let's go talk to Death of Names to see if he could direct us to a tombstone. Or if we could inscribe it on the monolith and count that. The name of the city that guy wanted. Death of Names. You see Death of Names? He is standing at the monument with the same crooked smile. His arm... Okay, yep. Nothing. I'd like to bury a name. Ah! Esanen.
Updated my journal.
And that did it. The coppers fall into the Death of Name's hand, and he tucks them back into his side. Excuse me. Excuse me. God damn. Hang on. His eyes, now suddenly alive, rolled to the back of his head. then snap forward and begin scanning the monolith and walls in the memorial area. Let's wait. He catches sight of a spot on the wall and then quickly scuttles over to it, hunches down, and begins to chip the wall. He stops a few moments later, hops up, and then returns to you. Buried. The word has finality about it that makes you uncomfortable. Alright. He finds the word buried for Asanan, Chisholm, Blackstone, Cramp Running, blah blah blah. It's almost lost see. Okay, there we go. We got that. That was simple enough. I had the name of the city of Asanan carved upon the Dustman's memorial outside the mortuary. I should return to the crier. Okay, perfect. And we have not done her quest yet. We've already been in there and she told us to piss off, if I remember correctly. Bay in the Cinder. Did we finish yours? Well, that good sir. 1,000 thanks for helping me. Yep, okay, we did.
I've never seen something so ugly.
Is this the woman that
We're being watched, Chief.
told us to saw
Just
it off?
unnatural. Casual.
Well, what is it?
The red-haired girl scowls as you approach and her tail begins to lash back and forth. Well, what is it? Can't help but notice you have a tail. Do I now? The girl looks at her tail. So I do. And here I was thinking that it was a trick of me eye. Aren't you a sharp cutter? She bares her teeth. Why don't you piss off to whatever hole you crawled out of and leave me be? Nor me tail. Nor me tail is for trade. Jig? Alright, I was just curious. It's just as well neither you nor your tailor for sale. You couldn't squeak out a living with him anyway. Damn, Mort. What are you on about, Blighter? Say it again. I said you couldn't make a living selling yourself. He said, and I disagree, that you can make a living that you couldn't make a living selling yourself. What's all this now? You been playing a stern hard head with me? What the fuck? Ye be playing stern hardhead, friendly hardhead with me? She sneers. Pike off, you lecherous filth. Not yet. I had some other questions. I think we already asked her about the journal. The tail, there was another one that we saw. This is all the same stuff. He didn't say anything, but I'm still curious. Why do you have a tail? The girl's eyes narrow to slits. Are you daft? Can it be that you're dumber than stone, or mayhap you're the power of ignorance? May the Davis brick ye over and make ye a street. Look, she's a tiefling, Chief. They got some demon's blood in him, and that makes him paranoid and defensive. Nice tail, though. Shame's plastered in such an ugly body. Whoa, now. You better watch your bone box, you foul-mouthed Mimir, before I split your jaw, Jig. Why don't you try and split my jaw, Chit? All I'm hearing is a lot of chatter from some hive trash. Throw a punch. I dare you. I'll bite your legs off. Alright, enough. Aye, that's right. Leash your Mimir, tard. Did she just call me a retard? Or I'll bury him with his body, Jig. I'm Mimir. What are you talking about? I am Mimir. You know what? Let's see if I'm pronouncing that one right. Survey says Here we go.
Mimir.
Yeah, Mimir. Okay. Got it. Aye, Mimir. What the gulf between your ears is so wide? Any words echo? Egypt? You still haven't answered my question. What's a Mimir? A Mimir is a talking encyclopedia. That's me, Chief. Alright, I got it. She glances the more, then sneers. Then at you and sneers. I guess I know which one's the brains, eh? Other questions? I'm looking for someone named Farah. Do you know where I can find him? I might. I might say more if you sweeten the question. She clinks her tongue and rubs two fingers together. Jink, jink, aye? How much is it for you to know, aye? She studies you, then folds her arm. Come on, I haven't got all day. Alright, you know what? Again, we're gonna stick with the highest amount. Ah, alright then. She pockets the money and it's gone quickly. You have no idea where it vanished to. Look. Look for him in the alley, spireward, north from the mortuary. That's to the south and west of the mortuary, aye? Okay. And some questions. Can you tell me where I am? You're lost, but you're about to find trouble. Make yourself lost somewhere else, bubber. Looks like we've exhausted everything.
I know debtors today said walking ones looks like. Well, what is it?
No option to steal from her? I'd like to try to steal my money back.
Looks like the
Alright,
Dusty's
well, she's
lost
not-
one of their debtors. Slow signal
She doesn't have a quest or anything. So I guess she's just there for information.
Maybe I can get a Dusty.
Alright, so we need to look for those guys in the red and black robes.
I'm gone.
We already turned in Norochi's quest. Siri smirks as she sees you. Well now, if it isn't the crypt crawler, what brings you to Siri's door this time, boy? Let's joke. Well, the crypt was losing its charm, so now I'm looking around for the right place to die. Know of anywhere? She barks a laugh and that rattles your ears. Ha! Not here, unless you want to die of boredom. Well, what's wrong with here? Huh. Someone pinch your sense and your sight, boy? She waves her hand around the bar. Look around. What do your eyes tell you? A bunch of fun-loving dustmen, drinking happily and conversing merrily, celebrating life to its fullest. You got a clever tongue there, boy. Mayhap your tongue is cleverer than you are. She squints at you, then snorts. That explains the scars. But it doesn't explain why a dustman is standing here ridiculing other dustmen. Care to answer that one? Are you a dustman? A dustman, I suppose. Siri sniffs. Tch. I've seen enough sand pass through the hourglass while wearing these robes. This body's almost ready to pay the ferryman. She chuckles, but there's not much mirth to it. You afraid of dying? Oh, did we already? I think we already read all this. Yeah, we did do all this. Okay. So, was there... Seb Tai, that's who I'm thinking of. Okay. Last seen the thugs by a bar that burns inside. There was nothing south of here. Gathering Dust Bar. I don't know, I guess dust reminded me of ashes? I don't know. There's Angyar's house.
Done.
Alright, so I guess this is not it. I can't believe I haven't found any other companions yet. Well, we'll end it here. I guess we'll continue to quest and hopefully run into some companions, because I have no idea where to look. But anyway, thank you for watching, and hopefully I see you all in the next one.